Hello everyone, my name is Kennedy Radcliffe and I would like to discuss some things with you. If you watch or read the news today, you will see many stories about children being violent towards one another and towards their parents. It didn't used to be this way. Why are so many children growing up violent? Some of the reasons children grow up violent is due to being bullied, witnessing negative role models at home, and being exposed to violent video games, movies, and TV at a young age. We can help lower the amount of child violence by reducing and standing up to bullying, forming a relationship with a child with a troubled background, and monitoring what children get to play and watch. Most children are not born violent. There are reasons why they become that way. One reason is due to being bullied. DoSomething.org says over 3.2 million students are victims of bullying each year. There are different forms of bullying, including verbal, physical, and cyber. If a child is dealing with or witnessing constant and harsh bullying, they are more likely to bully other people, which can cause them to be more prone to violence. A child's home life will greatly impact how they interact with people. CDV.org says that 5 million children witness domestic violence each year in the U.S. CDV.org also states that children of domestic violence are 3 times more likely to repeat the cycle in adulthood. That means they will probably do the same thing to their partner or even their friends. Whether a child witnesses or partakes in domestic violence, they are more likely to treat people around them the same way. Children can't just mature out of that mindset once they get older. They'll still behave that way as an adult. It's a scarring thing to deal with. What video games and what children watch are the most commonly known factors for their violent behavior? Well, not every child who plays violent games or watches violent movies will grow up violent or even aggressive. It's just a common factor for some children. AACAP.org says that studies of children exposed to violent media have shown that they may become numb to violence, imitate the violence, and show more aggressive behavior. Basically, that means that if they are exposed to virtual violence and are not mature enough to comprehend what's right or wrong, or what's real or not, they will think that everyday violence is normal. In other words, they will be desensitized to it. AAFP.org states along with video games, studies have found that 91% of movies on television contain violence, even extreme violence. Med.umich.edu says kids ages 6 to 11 spend about 28 hours a week in front of the TV. That's 4 hours a day. That much TV time also interferes with a lot of their social interactions, which could potentially cause them to lack some social skills. Bullying, a troubled home life, and violent media are a few causes of violence in children, but there are also a few solutions to these problems. There are relatively easy ways for everybody to help reduce child violence. Stand up to bullying, first of all. If you see someone getting bullied, no matter their age, help them out. This includes elementary school kids, middle school kids, and even high school kids. The other thing you can do is join anti-bullying organizations. For children who have a troubled home life, you can form a positive relationship with them. If it's an extreme situation like abuse, then document or report it. If you don't personally know any child dealing with a form of abuse, then raise awareness of the reality of it. That way other people will become more aware. Anything helps. If you have children of your own, monitor what they play, watch, and who they associate with. All video games have age ratings on them that tell you specifically why that game is rated the way it is. I'll show you. This game right here. On all video game covers, there's a rating on the bottom left corner, on the front, and in the back. This game is rated E, which stands for everyone. That is basically the equivalent of a G rating for a movie. The next step up is E10 and up, which is recommended for kids 10 years or older, which is practically like a PG rating. The next one up is T, which stands for teen, which is basically PG-13. And the next one is M, which stands for mature, which is a R-rated movie, basically. If you still don't really understand, you can just even look at the cover of the game and see for yourself how inappropriate it can be. This one is clearly just a fun Mario baseball game, no violence or anything. This game, on the other hand, clearly has a darker setting to it. If you look in the corner, it says M, and it says mature, 17 and up. And if you look on the back, in this picture, the girl is bloody and she's fighting a wolf. And in this picture over here, she's holding a gun. That obviously means there's going to be lots of violence in this game. You probably should not get this for a young child. If you still don't understand whether the game is appropriate or not, just ask the employee that you're purchasing the game from. They will help you understand. The same thing goes for purchasing movies. If your child has a TV in their own room, you can put in family controls and monitor what kinds of movies and TV shows your kids can or cannot watch. These are all simple ways that anyone can help reduce the risk of violence in children. In conclusion, many things can affect the violent nature of a child, including bullying, their home life, and the media. Fortunately, there are ways to combat these problems. Anyone can help with reducing violence in children. The first step is recognizing the need to do things differently and remembering that even the smallest change can make a huge difference in a child's life. Thank you.
Very good.